Here we go. What is going on? Cover One crew. Welcome back to the show. Hope everybody's doing great out there. I'm exceptional as per usual, except for my voice, which is still trying to make a comeback. I mean, it's just not doing great right now, but I'm going to keep grinding for y'all because this is what I do, and we got to understand what these players are. Great news, NFL free agency is coming. We are going to have a boatload of players to dissect, teams to evaluate. But before we get into that, we got NFL prospects, NFL draft prospects, power rankings for these running backs. And you guys know this crop of running backs is absolutely loaded with potential and talent. And I got my top 5 rookie running backs that you got to keep your eye on as I see fit today. And it's going to be very important, especially for fantasy football, who I see could potentially have some good life for you in fantasy point productivity. But before we get started, smash that like button for me, hit that subscribe button for me, and let's grow this channel that much more. But let's get to it nevertheless and look at these rookie running backs. Top 5 that I got for you in power rankings, baby. Let's go. The great thing about this year's crop of running backs in the NFL draft is the fact that there's so many of them and there's so many differing opinions on who they got as their top 5. I got a clear cut right now as we sit today. I've evaluated almost everybody's tape to some degree. So let's talk about my number 5 running back, Devon Achane, number 5, Texas A&M product. A lot of people have fallen off the bandwagon. I have not, and he did show out pretty well in that combine. Achane stands 5'8", 188. So yes, he is a little undersized when it comes to the weight measurables. 5'8" is good enough for me. I mean, you would have liked to see 5'9", 5'10", but 5'8" is definitely good enough. If he can gain himself at least 8 to 10 pounds, going to be all the benefit for a Devon Achane. His collegiate career statistics, 28 contests, 369 in attempts, 2376 in yardage, a 6.4 on the average, and 21 rushing touchdowns with the Aggies, man. So his productivity was there. You know it was there, and everybody continues to diminish him right now, and I don't know why. Stop doing it because it's silly. Receiving game, 65 receptions, 554, and 5 touchdowns in the receiving game. Achane is that guy, man. As for, a quick synopsis, I will be dropping all the scouting reports of pros and cons on all these players. But the quick synopsis, man, this guy, I mean, his game is built upon speed. Lightning quick and fast. He showed it with a great 40 time as well. He's got those breakaway wheels, and the accelerators are on point. I don't know if I'm going to give him the touch of saying that he's got elite burst. I think it's more in the acceleration. Takes him 1 or 2 steps, and then he's off to the races. That's how I see Devon Achane as we sit today. Very slippery on point of contact. He does break tackles. He's not necessarily the elusive guy that I thought he was going to be as I went back and broke down his film, but he is very slippery at point of contact. He can get out of a tackle, bounce off tackles very easily, and he's got that lean cut. It's not necessarily a juke or shake, but he kind of goes full speed, leans to one direction, and he's not missing a beat, and he's continuing to go down the field. His strength is just fine, and that's going to be the knock on a lot of scouts have on Achane at this point. I don't have it. Excuse me. But I think the strength is just fine in his game, and the lower body is put together well enough that he continues to drive the pile. We've seen it on the goal line, not as proficient as other running backs, but he can definitely get it done if needed. Vision in between the tackles is very good for an Achane, better than I thought as well. He does see the hole, he does recognize it, and the awareness is definitely there for him to be in between the tackles. Even though going outside is probably more home for him, he can definitely do it, man. Great receiving back, soft hands. Again, we saw it at the combine. Just confirmed the soft hands, corrals the balls in. No double catching, no slapping off the hands. You got to love that about his game. Great cutback, after the gap is found. He does this extremely well, and this is where I think he's got a benefit that a lot of people are not recognizing enough. If the cutback lane is definitely there, he does find it, and then he's got the accelerators to burst through it, and then hopefully he's off to the races. Achane does that extremely well. He carried the load in 2022, almost 200 carries from the backfield, which was great on a Texas A&M team that was definitely underachieving, especially with a great class that they did get to bring in themselves, they definitely underachieved. But Noah Isaiah Spiller, and he rang the bell and said, I could do the work. And he definitely did. Undersized back, like I said, that's going to be a primary knock on Achane, but I got him at number 5 right now. I know a lot of people got Spears here at 5. I'm talking little Achane, man. Tank Bigsby, number 4. Everybody's writing off Tank right now, too, and I don't get it. Why are you doing this? Do you not like good, solid running backs who know how to play football? I just don't understand what y'all be doing. 6 foot, 210, man. A put-together individual, like I said. Stats-wise, 35 contests, 540 attempts, almost 3,000 yards, 29.03, 5.4 on the average, and a nice 25 touchdown rushes. He adds 62 receptions, 448, and no receiving touchdowns. But the knock on a Tank Bigsby was he can't catch, man. 62 balls, that's in the same realm of Bijan Robinson in reception. So get out of here when it comes to that. Yes, I believe Bigsby played more games, but that doesn't matter. He can catch the ball, and I got to stop hearing everybody say that Tank can't catch, because he definitely can. Like I said, his synopsis, frame is very stout. This is what you're looking for out of your prototypical running backs in the NFL. 6 feet, 210. How can you go wrong? He's put together, man. He's got more burst and top-end speed, and that is going to be one of the knocks. He does not have home run ability, and I get it, man, but how many backs in the NFL do not carry home run appeal? Tank Bigsby is going to be just fine in a good offense that can, expel all of his juice from him, and he's going to do just fine. Inside, outside run ability is extremely strong. I got no qualms. I got no issues with Tank in that respect, and I think he's going to do very well in a very with a good offensive line, especially, and a good quarterback. Tank Bigsby is for real in that respect. Very good open field cutbacks, and it's littered all over the film. Where he does not have the breakaway wheels, he always is falling forward. He always is gaining yardage. This is what you want from your running backs. No, you don't want 5-6 yards per carry. That's what he's going to give you. And Tank Bigsby is the real deal. And the open field cutbacks, he's going to get extra yards. He's not just one of these guys that gets stumbled in the backfield and stopped. No kidding about that. Very much solid power in that stiff arm. He's able to bully guys with that stiff arm. It's very good. He can be utilized as that workhorse back in the NFL. I got no questions on it. and sorry, my voice is completely pooched. But he is that workhorse back that you like and you're looking for from the draft, and you know that he's going to be able to do this in the NFL. Better receiving back than most realize or most think and believe, and I'm telling y'all, I got no issues. Is he going to drop a few? Sure he will, but it's not something that you're going to have a massive concern over. If you got to have the check down, you got to have the, Texas route coming over the middle. He's going to catch these passes, no kidding. And he carried subpar Auburn teams. Let's be real. I mean, they weren't great offensively, and he was the guy. He carried it, especially his freshman year. I mean, he was an absolute dominating force. Just because he kind of fell off statistically that way, you have to look at the team dynamic as well. That team did fall off as in subsequent years, which led to poor statistics for a Tank Bigsby. Number 3 is Zach Charbonnet. This guy, man. 6 foot, 214. He is a unit. I thought he was heavier. I thought he was going to measure in at the combine over 220. Did not happen. He's 214. So he obviously leaned up a little bit, cut some weight. He did look even more explosive in the running aptitude. No kidding. 40 contests, 566 in attempts, 3,346 yards, 5.9 on the average, and a whopping 39 touchdowns scored. Almost a touchdown per game for Zach Charbonnet. I'm actually in love with this guy's game, man. I can't lie. I was trying to find ways to get out of it and say, nah, not so much on a Charbonnet. It's impossible. You cannot find things that you don't like about this man. He's just too darn good. 75 receptions. He added almost 600 yards and 0 receiving touchdowns for Mr. Charbonnet. He is that big bully type of running back that you're looking for. I almost thought he was going to be more like a A.J. Dillon type of back, and not really. It's almost like an A.J. Dillon light, but he's got better running ability in my opinion. But he still is that bulldozer type of running back that you're looking for. The power and speed combo is definitely on point and real, and that's what you're getting out of a Charbonnet. He's going to bowl over everybody that's there, man. He's got a solid sidestep like nobody's business for a man his size. It's just beautiful. The defender will come, he sidesteps with a quick little juke, and then again, he's got the accelerators to continue to move forward because the speed power combo is definitely there. Break tackle machine, and that drop shoulder is just simply nasty, man. If you're coming at him one-on-one and he drops that shoulder, good luck. I'm praying for y'all because he's going to win this battle 9 times out of 10. Charbonnet is that good when it comes to breaking tackles, always getting extra yards, always extending the play, especially when he's in the open field versus smaller defensive backs. He's going to bowl these guys over majority of the time. He has a phenomenal stutter step. It aids in his patience behind the line to, find the hole and wait for the blocks to, open up the hole. He does this extremely well, and it's a slight stutter step, but it is there and it is present, and you can see it and how he manipulates the ability with the stutter step to find the open lanes. Charbonnet does that extremely well. I was very much impressed in that respect. Cutback burst is fantastic as well. When you're talking about your running backs, if holes, you want to see some level of creativity. If holes do start to close up, Charbonnet is definitely one of these guys. He's going to find the cutback lane, and he's going to extend the running play. He's very good at recognizing that as well. There is no play that he gives up on. He is going to continue to search for those lanes. He's going to find them as well. He's got very good receiving ability, and it's kind of like, whenever I talk about a big running back, you got to go to Ramondre Stevenson in the NFL because I took a lot of heat when I evaluated Dre, and everybody said, no, he's not going to be successful because he's not a 3-down back. Then you obviously did not watch the film, even though the statistics didn't work out in Ramondre's statistical achievement. He showed it in the NFL, and when he did catch, it was soft hands. Charbonnet is very much in that same category. He is a big man with light feet that can catch. This is all positives that you want from a big running back, extremely powerful on the goal line, and he's like 9 out of 10 as well. He's going to get into that end zone on the inside the 5-yard line because he is a put-together human being, and he's going to be very difficult to stop in that respect. Number 2, we know who this is, Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibby. We got another Gibby, man, 5'9", 199 pounds. I liked his game so much coming into this draft process. When he transferred over to Alabama, I was so excited for the potential. After seeing his full season, the full body of work, and then watching him again at the Combine, studying his film that much more, there's nothing you don't like about his game. He is really that good. Everybody's calling him the next Alvin Kamara. I tend to agree. It's very similar body frame, running style. They do a lot of things very of like mind and like skill set. No kidding. He played in 31 games, 383 in attempts, 2,132 yards, 5.6 on the average, and 15 rushing touchdowns. This is where he's Alvin Kamara. He adds 103 receptions for 12 in yardage and 8 receiving touchdowns. So you see the productivity's all there. 5'9", 199. So everyone's bashing. I'm just going to say it for reference. Everyone's bashing a Devon Achane for being 5'8", 188. Gibbs is only an inch taller, but it is the weight, right? He's almost at 200. Achane's got to gain that 8 to 10 pounds, and you're going to see the conversation I'm talking about Achane, but we're talking about Gibbs. Extremely fluid runner, unbelievably fluid. And if you want to just see anything of fluidity, go watch his combine workout, and you're going to understand how fluid the motions are. No wasted movements. It's just on point, cut, sharp, in, out, and gone. That's Gibbs. He's just so good at that. Exceptionally, beautifully quick feet. These feet are so good, and they're so quick. And he, on the bag drill, on the Dussailly drill, incredibly quick and fluid. Didn't stumble, didn't flip at all, and he knows how to operate with these quick feet. Electric playmaking, breakaway speed. As soon as he gets in the open field, he's off to the races, and he can make a house call at any given moment. Gibbs is definitely that good. He's got the great burst you're looking for, very quick. As soon as he gets the ball and he finds that hole, it's a bam, bam, and he's off to the races. Very good. Vision, I'm giving him plus grades. He finds the holes. He's very good at recognizing when to go outside if the hole does close up. Very good in that respect as well. Outside breakaway wheels also there. He's going to outrun any defensive lineman or linebacker that's, trying to pinch him in. If they take the wrong angle, Gibbs can definitely outrun you on the outside in those plays. No kidding about that. Receiving ability is top end. And when you see him in the receiving game, the juke ability in the open field is just bar none nuts, and he's going to make people miss all day long. Can he carry a full workload? I do believe he can, and I think he's going to be able to be given the opportunity in the NFL. His body frame at 200 pounds basically is put together more than enough for Gibbs to carry the workload. The only thing, he's never had a full 1,000-yard rushing season in college, so again, is it going to turn out to be more of a pass-catching back in his first couple years like an Alvin Kamara was with the New Orleans Saints? It's very possible, but the point productivity, especially in fantasy football, Gibbs is going to be light, head and shoulders above the class. No kidding about that. Number one, we know it's Bijan Robinson, the man, the elite prospect everybody's talking about. He looks like Saquon, no kidding. Ran slower than Saquon, so we can say that. I think Saquon was 233 in weight when he ran a 4.4 or 4.42. And Bijan ran 4.47. So it's just a touch slower, but he is lighter, 5'11", 215. So that does say that Bijan is a little bit slower in that respect, where Barkley was quicker and faster for top-end speed. 31 games, 539 in attempts, 34-10 in yardage, a nice 6.3 on the average, and 33 rushing touchdowns. He had 60 receptions for 805 and 8 receiving scores. Bijan can literally do it all, man. You're looking for the 3-down running back who can block, who can catch passes. He can do it all. No kidding about that. Prototypical running back frame. It's what you're looking for. If he puts on another 5, he's 220 by the time he gets to the NFL. That's even better because he's going to be able to handle a sizable workload. No kidding. Elite true 3-down back. We know what Bijan is. If you guys haven't studied any film on Robinson, you know, take it from me, man. He is one of the best running backs I've seen come out since a Saquon Barkley. He is that good. Speed-strength combo is definitely there as well. I do have some concerns with the ability for full breakaway speed. The 40 time did kind of clarify that for me, that it wasn't full end, top end, what you expected, especially at his weight. Do I believe that he can break free and take one 60, 70 yards to the house, 110%, because I've seen it. Is he going to, can he get caught, I guess I should say, by a faster defensive back or safety? I do believe the potential is there that he can get caught, and he will get caught. So that is the difference between the elite speed, breakaway speed to, what Bijan will likely give you. But again, it's going to be one of those things. If there's enough room, Bijan is going to take it to the house, no question. I've seen him do it, so I'm not sitting here saying that he can't. It's just you got to understand what you're getting out of Robinson. Change of direction, absolutely superb. He watched a lot of Barry Sanders, one of his idols, saying, he's watching his cut movements and ability. Nobody in their world right now is Barry Sanders. I don't think we'll ever see another Barry Sanders, but he does have that change of direction in the open field, in the backfield, trying to find lanes, find holes, elude defensive guys. He does it very, very well, and it's a low center of gravity, body balance, so good. So he's able to change direction with absolute unbelievable ability. Stiff arm is great. He's going to knock you down. He's going to challenge anybody coming in his face, and he's going to do a little Derrick Henry stiff arm on you. No kidding. Vision is top end. You can't argue this whatsoever. He sees every gap. He sees every hole in assignment, and he's making the play on every single point in the backfield. No kidding. Juke and spin moves are there on point, and they are great. Bijan does it all. He is so good in that department. You got to love it. I mean, elite receiving back. He is in the CMC category, and I think that's where he's even better than someone like a Saquon Barkley. While Barkley is a good receiving back, Bijan is like Christian McCaffrey. He can catch anything that comes his way. The body adjustments, high pointing the ball, sideline toe drag swag. Bijan does it all very well, and you're going to see it. It's just like a Christian McCaffrey. So he's kind of like a little bit of a mix of Saquon and Christian McCaffrey, if you can actually believe that. It's an elite running back, no kidding. The horrible injuries we got to talk about before we get out of here. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, the back injury, I believe it was his freshman year. He went over a guy, hurdled over the guy, fell, did like a little spin in the midair, and a cheap shot right to the spine, bent Bijan basically in half the wrong way. If you haven't seen that, go look up, go Google Bijan Robinson back injury, and human beings should not bend that way. I literally do not understand how his career was not over on that play, but thankfully he has made it out of that, made it back. He did have the elbow injury, not this past year, but the year before. Dislocated elbow ended his season. So, I mean, the way that he runs, he's such a violent runner. You got to understand it's going to come with some issues. But Bijan Robinson, there's no concern about this at all. He is literally a top 5 pick in this NFL draft. Will he be picked in top 5? Likely not. But he is the number 1 overall pick for all your fantasy drafts. No kidding about that. Bijan is that stud. So there you have it. That is power rankings for these running backs, these rookie running backs. Once again, I apologize for the cough in my voice. I'm trying to get it back, man. Lemon, honey, and tea. I'm trying everything possible. Vodka, nothing's working. But hey, hopefully in the next couple days, I'll be back to my old self and everything will be lovely. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts. Who's your favorite running backs in this draft class? Give me your top 5s. List them out, man. If you're that confident in your top 5, throw them in the comments. We could definitely debate it out very nicely because I like to debate with people. But we'll see you next time. I am out.